early on, the Ravens' run game was on fire against a staunch Steelers D. But overall, Pittsburgh made the plays that counted. A pick six by our buddy Robert Spillane, part of a Lamar Jackson 4-turnover day, raising questions about his ability to complete passes in crucial situations.
The turnovers, I feel, is the reason we lost the game. I put that on me. The start of the game, the first drive, a pick six. Then we drive to the red zone, a fumble. I got to get the ball out quick because we know they're dominant up front. And then a pick, throwing at the mark. Got to clean those up, and I feel we won that game.
So, Boog, I mean, you hear Lamar. Should we be crediting the Steelers here or maybe putting the blame? He's blaming himself.
Well, I think just like in any situation, there's enough blame to go around. But I'm going to credit the Steelers because the Steelers probably played their worst game of the season. Like when you look at the totality, offensively, defensively, coming out early, and they still won. In the second half, they gave up 7 points. Think about this. This Steeler defense, I think they're the most complete team in the NFL, first of all. But this team, 265 yards rushing they gave up. But when it counted, 4 turnovers versus Lamar Jackson. And in the end, Randy, your guy, the nose tackle, Isaiah Buggs, a crucial two-gapping play on Lamar Jackson on 4th down. They made the plays when they needed to be made. And this Steeler defense, I thought, epitomized what their head coach saying for. Even when you're backed up against the wall, we haven't played our best, crucial situations, they put Lamar Jackson in the one place he does not want to be in, which is forced to throw the ball or forced to run it when the defense knows he has to run it, and the Steelers defense showed up.
What a weird place to be. Go ahead, Randy.
Go ahead, Steve.
No, I'm just going to say, this is an elite MVP player and a team that wants to go to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
You just described an Achilles heel kryptonite that they can't overcome. This idea that if he has to throw his way out of trouble, if they're in a big game against the elite teams and they're down by 10, which they've not come back in his regime time, and also do you get a sense that he could throw his way back out of trouble? And if they can't develop that ability, Lamar can become that player. I truly believe that, but they have to transition for how they're thinking about this offense today to be able to pull it off.
He completed less than 50% of his passes.
It's not. This is a big game scenario about a playoff team that you think can go to the Super Bowl. They're in trouble if they don't transition to an ability to come back and throw their way back into ball games.
Yeah, I was going to say, the Steelers offense, they're kind of ugly. But you like their weapons, don't you? I mean, this team can really go someplace. They put it all together.
Susie, like Boog was talking about, the Pittsburgh Steelers is the most complete team in the National Football League. Yesterday, I was given a choice. Do I want the Baltimore Ravens playmakers or do I want the Pittsburgh Steelers playmakers? I said for the last couple of weeks, the Pittsburgh Steelers playmakers have been playing lights out. Eric Ebron at tight end. I left you off of there yesterday. That's my mistake here. Big touchdown in the third quarter, bringing Pittsburgh Steelers back. But, hey, I talk about Juju Smith-Schuster. He's been absent for a few weeks. I said he's going to come up big with their defense. Big first down catches. I could have put another third down play on there that Juju was big, but this is the game winner that broke Baltimore's back right here, putting 2-on-1 on Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters wanted to take 95 yards back to the house, but guess what? They put a corner right behind you. Rookie Chase Claypool was able to make the play. The Pittsburgh Steelers playmakers, man, they are playing lights out. Deontay Johnson didn't have a game. He got hurt early, but they have enough playmakers on that roster with James Conner and company. Man, Pittsburgh Steelers, they're playing at a high level right now. I like what I'm seeing coming out of Pittsburgh.
I mean, and something just to add to that, Randy, and they did that when they went up against the defense that limited them in the first half. Big Ben didn't have a day. He said, man, we couldn't do anything. But in the end, you saw the play. He made the Claypool in the corner of the end zone. The little short pass to Juju Smith-Schuster on the 3rd and 11 or the 2nd and 11 when I had to have it. They were able to make those plays when they had to. Steve, I want to ask you something. We keep waiting on Lamar Jackson to come to do this. How many times does someone have to show you who they are before you believe them? Because we've seen this last year, Tennessee. We've seen this against Kansas City.
It's a two-way street, Boog.
Okay.
In other words, what they're asking him to do, remember when he showed up, we're all in with Lamar.
Correct.
Meaning his athleticism, and we're going to go all in with what they're, and so it becomes a two-way street. The coaches need to demand that change. They need to create an offense that actually makes that available to him. It's not just about Lamar. It's about being all in with what we thought Lamar coming out of college could be. Now it's time to graduate, and it's not just Lamar needs to make that change. The team needs to make that change as well. So it's not just, I'm not just staring at Lamar in that way, right? And I believe that You need that. Look, I needed someone to tie my legs up, metaphorically and physically in some ways, to go learn this sophisticated passing game. And so in many ways, he needs to do the same thing. And my point is, he is capable of doing it, but it takes both sides to commit to it so that there's a space to go do it. If you just wait for Lamar to do it, how can he? The offense is built to not come back for more than 10. The offense is built to not be expansive.
But the counterpoint to that is this. Everyone says, well, the Ravens got to do what they do. And what they do is run the football. So if they're going to continue to do what they do, then he'll never have the chance to grow.
It's a great point you make. That's why I say it's not, don't just stare at Lamar on this issue. It's both sides, and both sides had to come to some agreement on how to develop into a more expansive passing game.
And as they move forward, this is really rough because they lost Ronnie Stanley.
Their left tackle suffered a season-ending ankle injury, and so literally days after he signed a 5-year extension with almost $100 million, his season ends. He's carted off against the Steelers. The Ravens also lost another offensive lineman during the game to injury, so 2 offensive linemen down here. But Ronnie Stanley, done for the season, is a major loss for Baltimore.
The rematch of this one comes on Thanksgiving night.
Can't wait.
Don't eat too much turkey because you're going to want to see
Ham and
it.
turkey!
Ahead, we will continue to look back at Sunday and also get you set for Bucks at Giants. We're live here from the Seaport District at Pier 17, brought to you by Chase.
Schefter, can you
Okay.
sit
Too
there?
cold out there?
Yeah.
No,
No
come
ham
on.
at Thanksgiving.